My lovely Geminis, welcome to your January 2020 reading, the first reading for the year. Hope you had a lovely Christmas and a great start to your new year. I am creating your spread as we speak. Don't forget my offer of a yearly reading, a yearly projection for 2020, personalised reading that is only available now till the end of January. So it's available December and January. If that's what you would be interested in, then make sure you go to my website and order that reading before the offer expires. This is a general reading for you, my lovely Gemini. It's a reading for Gemini Sun, Rising and Moon sign. Also listen to your rising sign and moon sign. That will resonate more for you some months than your sun sign will. It will also add depth and detail to your reading if you go ahead and listen to those things. I'd like to thank you for your support. I'd like to thank you for subscribing, for liking, for sharing and commenting on my channel. If you haven't already subscribed, make sure you hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so that you do know when I'm posting videos. Let's get on with your first general reading for the year, Gemini. So where you're coming from here, I'm feeling like you've got this sure footing. You're coming from this new start. It's for some of you, it's a new start as far as your thinking, your processing, your affirmations, your self-talk, behaviors that you're leaving behind, attitudes, new attitudes that you're adopting, new behaviors, new ways of thinking. It's a strong direction, a strong movement forward. For some of you, it's a new study that you're starting. It's a new form of studying or new learning that's coming up for you. For some of you, it's a new position or a new job, a promotion where that involves new learning. So stay strong and you will overcome whatever obstacles are coming in your way because you're strong enough for it. So this new beginning is really opening up a lot of opportunities for you. This is something that has already started for many of you. This is something that had the foundations laid in 2019 and moving forward. Timing's going to be different for all of you, so bear that in mind. Timing is going to be different. So for some of you, it's a process that you've already put in place, plans that you've already made in 2019. For some of you, it's going to unfold for you in January, and for some a little later. So hey, just see how it goes for you. Always listen back to past readings too, because sometimes there's things that are in those readings that where the timing's a little bit off for you. It's not exactly right because we all have different natal charts. Have a listen to that. Let's get into what's happening in January. Well, you've got the Wheel of Fortune. What a fabulous card. So the new beginnings, this is new planning that you've been putting in place, plans you've been making, things you have been putting in place. The Wheel of Fortune is turning in your favor. So this is good for you. Your efforts are being rewarded. So I'm feeling like the foundations you've laid, the efforts you've made, the changes you've wanted to bring in, they are going to start to come forward for you. They're going to start to unfold for you. It's your turn. You've faced those challenges, you've overcome those, you've had hard times. That's coming to a completion. And with these new opportunities, it's a new way of being. So things are going to start falling into place for you. Things are going to start falling into place. Now, with those new things that are coming in, it does involve decision making. You've got the Two of Swords here. It does involve decision making. She's got a blindfold on, but the blindfold's see-through. It's transparent. This is collecting of information, collecting of data, collecting of the facts, putting them all before you, because then the decision-making process is not going to be a hard one. You're going to know what choices to make. You're going to know what's going to be good for you. You're going to know what is going to help you move forward. It's about collecting data, collecting information in January. not making decisions blindly, not making decisions on the spur of the moment, not making decisions because others want you to make those decisions, but really making those decisions off the back of what you've accumulated, the facts you've got, what is there for you, weighing out pros and cons. So this is moving forward for you. Decisions that are going to be made, that you're going to be making for you, which is, you know, the Ace of Swords speaks of that. It speaks of new learning. It speaks of bravery. It speaks of forward movement. What do you want to set up for 2020? It's hard getting your head around a new year, isn't it? Then you've got your subconscious. You know, how are you feeling? How are you feeling? And in January, you are going to be feeling pretty good. You're going to be feeling pretty strong. You're going to be feeling like you are in control. You call the shots. People will listen. You're in a position of people listening to you, people taking notice of what you have to say. Decisions made out of wisdom as well as strength, wisdom as well as courage, wisdom as well as determination. And I feel like people are going to sit up and take notice. People are going to be listening to what you have to say. What are you doing? Where are you going? What plans are you putting in place? And you are so determined. It's as if, well, I'm putting these plans in place, but they are just going to happen. You've got this determination of these plans are going to unfold the way I need them to unfold, the way I want them to unfold. The Emperor is used to being listened to, but it's out of wisdom too. It's not just domination. So it's about you being really wise about what you've learned, really wise about how you're moving forward with the care of others. You know, you're also considering other people. You're also considering other people's feelings, but ultimately the decisions you're making are going to be for you. So you're going to be feeling really strong. You're going to come from a really strong foundations you've laid in 2019. I really like that moving forward. I like that moving forward. That's going to relate, or that's going to, how's that going to look like in your reality? It's the Two of Coins, and that means that you're going to be balancing things. You're going to be balancing work and plans that you want to make, work and others. You're going to be balancing two situations. You're going to be balancing more than one situation. It's a balancing of work and home life. It's a balancing of spending. You're on a budget, you know, because there's bigger plans coming up for you. You've got bigger plans, and so part of that planning for you, part of that decision making for you is, how am I going to move forward? Well, I'm going to save my money. I'm going to be, you know, cautious of where I spend it. You may be working 2 jobs to bring in more money, working overtime to bring in more money, which then requires you to balance your home life and your work life, your spending and your savings, working 2 jobs and your schedule. So that's also part of the planning, part of the decision making that you're going to be going through in the beginning of January. So I really like that. I like that. That leads to great success for you. You've got the 3 of Cups, so that's celebration, that's success, that's celebration about something, celebration that you're getting where you want to be. You are able to be moving forward with your plans. There's success there, there's celebration there. For some of you, there's a celebration coming up in January. There's a celebration of some sort. For some of you, it directly involves you. I feel like there's a celebration around you. For some of you, there's a celebration involving somebody, an anniversary or a wedding or the birth of a new child, or there's something there that you're celebrating. So for all of you, there's some sort of celebration coming up for you, and I feel like I'm hearing the 3rd week of January. So in the 3rd week of January, there's something that's going to be celebrated. Something that you're celebrating or your friends are celebrating with you. That's certainly coming up for you in about the 3rd week of January, my lovely Geminis, which is a really exciting time. I really like what's coming up for you. So as we move through January, you've got the Hanging Man, and the Hanging Man is about balance. You know, he's balancing he forms the upside down number 4, but there's balance. He is suspended by one foot, and that requires balance. For the sun is rising in the horizon. It's new beginnings, but those new beginnings are going to take some sort of personal sacrifice. You know, if you're working overtime or if you're working 2 jobs and balancing your budget, then that's a personal sacrifice for the greater good, for something that you're planning further down the track that's going to bring you pleasure, that's going to bring you joy, that is something that you're wanting to progress to. So the Hanging Man speaks of this requires work. It requires a change in your thinking, a change in your perspective, a change in what's important, a shift of values, I suppose, what's important to you at this point in time. And that's what that's going to require. And that's what the Hanging Man speaks of. It's going to require your determination and your balance, because it takes determination to be suspended. It's determination. It's balance. It's changing your perspective on your views, changing your values because your goals are different this year. There's something you're working towards, and so that's going to be a requirement of January for you in order to achieve the long-term goals, the bigger picture, looking at the bigger picture, looking at that perspective as well. It all leads to these new plans. And, you know, the important thing here is that there's new plans that you're laying here. There's new things you want to do. And you have the moon here. And this is about the subconscious. This is about looking at the hidden, looking at what your desires are, what your blocks are, what you feel you deserve, what's your attitudes to money, what's your attitudes to life, working through those blocks as well, working through the hidden. The moon is about the subconscious. The moon is about your emotions. So this is going to come up for you too in January, to review, to look at. What is there that's hidden? What are your secret? And it's not just blocks. It's also, what are your secret desires? We all have a part of us that we keep to ourselves, a part of us that is secret, a part of us that we process. And that's going to come up for you in January. It's going to come up for you to look at. It's going to come up for you to review. But there's also going to be a lot of secret thinking, if you like. There's going to be a lot of stuff that you're processing. You're not quite ready to talk about, but you're processing it. You're looking at it. You're thinking about what it is you're wanting. There's plans that you need to share with someone, but rather than throw a bucket of ice water on them, you're warming the water up a little bit, you know, before you throw it. You're collecting your information. You're taking it step by step in instigating these plans. That's really interesting. That's really interesting. You know, I wonder what you're doing. I wonder what you're thinking. I wonder what goals you're setting that is bringing a change in your life. It's going to bring changes into 2020. There's absolutely nothing to fear, because things are going to move forward with success. You are supported. Things are going to fall in. You'll be surprised how quickly things start falling into place, how quickly you start seeing progress, how quickly your money starts to grow, how quickly your budget starts looking better, how quickly the opportunities come your way to be able to implement the plans and the goals that you're setting. What is it that you're planning? It's going to be different for all of you. But there's something that each of you are planning. And those changes are going to come in swiftly. So don't fear it, don't doubt it. Those plans will unfold for you. And once they start, they're going to unfold very, very quickly. And there's going to be a sudden movement forward where things are just going to fall into place. So it's work, plan, make decisions, and then all of a sudden it's all going to fall into place, and it's all just going to start moving forward. It's all going to start having this forward movement of its own, which I really like. I think that's really good. Then you've got the 7 of Cups, and the 7 of Cups, what are your dreams? What are your goals? And you're going to continue, this is going to take you into February. You're going to continue to plan for your future. You're going to continue to set goals. You're going to continue to fulfill. What are your dreams? What do you want to achieve? What goals do you want to set? Just be aware. Don't set goals that are unreachable or you know, building castles in the air. It's about keeping it realistic. So don't allow your imagination to run wild with you. Keep your goals manageable. But there is a time of goal setting. There is a time of goal setting, okay? It's got the castle here and it's, you know, we build castles in the air. Well, you know, there's no foundation there. They're not going to stay up there. So it's about keeping it real. Keep your goals manageable. Set a process, short-term goals to get to your long-term goals. But it's a realization of your dreams and what you've always wanted that is going to start to unfold for you. I like that. I think that's absolutely, you know, a great month for you, my lovely Geminis. It's just pretty exciting. I like it. Of course, you know, Angels of Abundance. I love these cards. And let's see what they say for you for. Oh, there it is. For January. Right, my glasses. Here it is. All right, so you've got positivity, faith, and optimism. Positivity, faith, and optimism. What a great thing. What a great... You open the doorway to positive experiences and opportunities with your positive expectations. That's this, right at the beginning of the month. And positive expectations and energy. Do not allow negative energy or temporary setbacks to interfere with the path that you are on. Keep the faith and keep going. How is that for summarizing for you your month? Absolutely fabulous. So that's your mantra, that's your affirmation, that's what you need to keep in mind as you move through January, the start of 2020. I wish you many, many blessings, many fabulous opportunities, and have great fun planning for your future.